Hey guys, and welcome to a new episode of Road to Ruby. In this episode there are less trades but more profit, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so here we are back on my trading history, and last time we left off with this trade here for the Flip Sapphire, and it actually went through, so that was a really good trade, as I already mentioned in the last episode, which I got an M9 Autotronic, a StatTrak M4 Golden Coil and a few keys for it. So I sold the M9 for 115 keys and I sold the M4 on CS money for about 26 keys I think, and overall I made a 36 key profit, which is insane for one trade. And right after that I bought my very first Bayonet Ruby factory new with a 0.03 float, and I bought it for 367 keys, so that's a lot of keys, and I'm gonna show you some screens on the end of the video. But I directly sold the Ruby for an Orb Medusa field tested, a Karambit Tiger Tooth factory new and a few keys. And what I did was just selling the Karambit Tiger Tooth and the Orb Medusa for pure keys. I really can't remember for how much I sold them for, but at the end I got 10 keys profit for the Bayonet Ruby, which is a pretty good amount of course. When I had all my keys together I bought another Bayonet Ruby, this time with a 0.02 float, and I even got a better deal for this one because I paid 365 keys, so 2 keys less for a better float. That was really good. And right after that I sold it for a lot of keys, and I think, yeah, here we got it, an AK Redline with actually a Katowice sticker and an AK-47 Neon Revolution in field tested, and overall I made 18 keys profit with this trade, so very nice. And I also got the Deagle Blaze, I nearly forgot it. So yeah, 18 keys profit with this Bayonet Ruby, really good. And yeah, here you can see that I sold the skins for pure keys. The Neon Revolution, the Deagle Blaze, actually I traded it for another Deagle with 4 keys extra because it had really nice stickers and a really good float, like a flammable foil sticker, so that was really nice. And I sold the AK Redline for 3 keys because of the sticker as well. And in the end I also sold the Deagle Blaze for a really nice amount of keys. So yeah, as I said, 18 keys profit. And the next thing I did was actually going a step further and buying a Bayonet Sapphire 0.02 float for 430 keys. And at this point I didn't know that this item would be part of my biggest success story on trading. Because here we have it, the biggest trade I've ever made in my whole trading history. And it was the #1 StatTrak M9 lore mineral wear with a insanely low float, so it was confirmed #1 on CSGO Exchange. And I also got a lot of skins and ads like a USB kill confirmed factory new, a StatTrak AK Wasteland Rebel mineral wear, and an Orb Asimov field tested, so really insane. And this item is very hard to value, but I made a lot of profit out of it. So here you can see how I sold my Orb Asimov for 13 keys, and now the next trade is even crazier, because here you can see I traded my #1 M9 Bayonet lore for the #3 M9 Bayonet lore with $75 in ads, and the float difference was like 0.003, so insane low floats, and I got $70 in ads for just this small difference in the float, and yeah, it's just insane. And right after that I decided to trade all the skins I got, for example the AK, 1 case key, the USB kill confirmed, the StatTrak Deagle and the StatTrak Glock Wasteland Rebel, and I traded it for just a random Orc skin and an M9 Doppler. And after that I sold the M9 Doppler for I think 100 keys, something around that. And yeah, just a day after that a Chinese collector or trader added me, and he bought my #3 StatTrak M9 Bayonet lore mineral wear for 400 keys pure, and this was my buyout. I did not expect it at all that I can sell it for my buyout, but he just sent me an offer with 400 keys, and if we add all the things together from the Bayonet Sapphire I got myself 81 keys. 81 keys in profit, so this is the most profit I've ever made out of one single item, and yeah, it's just insane, and I think I was really lucky here. And the same day I bought another Bayonet Sapphire with a 0.02 float for again 430 keys, and since the prices were going up big times because of trade bots manipulating the prices a bit, I directly sold it for 440 keys, so again 10 keys profit, this time in pure, so that's really good. So the next thing I did was buying a Flip Knife Ruby factory new with a 0.008 float, so really low, and I bought it for 252 keys, and I also bought myself a Flip Knife Sapphire factory new with a 0.03 float for 269 keys, and so on. I got a Sapphire and Ruby loadout with the Flip Knives, which was pretty cool to play with. And one day later I sold the Flip Knife Ruby for a Karambit Marble Fade Blue Dom with a really nice corner, an Orb Hyper Beast and a few keys in pure. So I sold the Orb Hyper Beast for 9 keys pure, which is the normal price for it. And then I sold my Flip Knife Sapphire for Specialist Gloves Crimson Kimono Field Tested, my first gloves ever, and they look pretty cool. An AK Fire Serpent Memoir and like 20 pure keys. And right after that I also traded my Karambit Marble Fade Blue Dom for an M9 Lore, field tested with a BTA hole, an M4 Hot Rod and a few skins, and this is where things become a little bit messy because I have a lot of skins and just a few keys. So from now on my goal is to sell all the skins for pure keys, and first of all I sold all the random skins for pure keys on CS Money. I got 5 keys for them, and I also sold the Specialist Gloves for 146 keys, which is a pretty decent price. Maybe I could have gotten more for it, but I just wanted the keys in my inventory. And I also sold the M4 Hot Rod with a low float for 36 keys, which is also a good price. And yeah, that's already it for my trades, and this means that I still have my M9 Lore with a 0.25 float, and Steam is bugging again, so yeah, I just got my Lore with a BTA hole and a Fire Serpent, so here's the Lore, and here's the Fire Serpent, and the rest is pure keys. And here we have it on exchange. I have 255 pure keys, and I also got the M9 Lore and the Fire Serpent, and I'm trying to sell the Lore for 175 keys, and I'm trying to sell the Fire Serpent for 110 keys, and if I do so, I will be at 540 keys, so that's a really big number, and yeah, just insane profit in this episode. And if you wonder why I did not calculate the profit for the Flip Knives, that's because I still have the items for the Ruby, which is the M9 Lore, which I have to sell, and the Fire Serpent is from the Sapphire, so I'm gonna calculate the profit in the next episode when I sold them. And yeah, so here we go for the screenshots, and sadly I don't have screens for all of the knives because I did a lot of them with Matchem and I sadly deleted all of them. So here we go with the Flip Knife Sapphire in the last episode, and we also had the M9 Autotronic, which is really clean looking. And here we go with a Bayonet Sapphire, this was the first one, with a 0.02 float. Really nice looking, I love the Sapphire and Ruby knives. Here we have another one of it. And here we go with the number 1 StatTrak M9 Lore. So this is really clean looking, just an ultimate collector's item, and it has no scratches at all. Like, yeah, insane float and insane look. And here we go with another Bayonet Sapphire. This was a little bit worse than the first one, but still nice looking. And yeah, here we have it. And here's the Karambit Marble Fade with a Blue Dom, and the corner was pretty good, it was better than average. And here's another one of it. Yeah, a lot of blue, really nice looking. And last but not least, we also have the gloves. So the float was not too good, but it had a lot of red on the right side, so yeah, I loved them. Alright guys, there we go, a lot of profit in this episode. We are at around 540 keys that I managed to sell all the skins for my buyout, and yeah, it's just insane, and I hope that I can continue with trading like that. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, sorry for my sick voice, and yeah, leave some feedback, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.